We have a method and madness of why we do what we do, and I think first and foremost, it all starts with execution on all fronts. You know, our O-line does an amazing job all throughout the game of blocking every single different look, making all the different calls. We adjust when we get different looks, but specifically in that aspect of our game, it's just knowing who we're reading, what we're trying to accomplish, and then, you know, as a quarterback, you have to make good decisions on the fly.
One of the signature plays we saw from the Philadelphia Eagles offense against the Minnesota Vikings in the NFC Championship game incorporated an RPO tactic, one pass option. And it gave the quarterback, Nick Foles, the ability to read the defense, and that would determine if he handed the football off to his running back or if he kept the football and threw a pass. And they were able to execute this play consistently for 4 quarters. And you better believe the New England Patriots defensively, they will see this same concept coming from the Philadelphia Eagles. So let's go back over a week ago against the Minnesota Vikings, and we just saw how the Philadelphia Eagles had so much success against one of the best defenses in the National Football League. But it was because of the RPOs, the run pass option. And this gave the quarterback the ability to sit and determine based on what he saw defensively from the defense and determining what he will do with the football. And when you look at this play, right now, this is basically a running play. When you look at the offensive lineman, they're making contact. They're trying to be very, very disruptive on the line of scrimmage and cause penetration. But when you look at Nick Foles, he's reading the end man. He's reading the end man. He's also reading the inside linebackers. And because of that, he's able to keep the football, go through his play action format, and also see the one-on-one opportunity with his pass catcher in Alshon Jeffrey against Xavier Rhodes. But the thing that makes this play so ideal from the throwing standpoint is that look at all the grass he has to work with based on the linebackers committing to the running play. But as you go on, one thing I would like to emphasize, and you better believe Bill Belichick will make sure the referees, they watch out for this based on the offensive lineman. They have a 3 to 4 yard window based on their ability to move off the line of scrimmage and go down the football field. Now, when you look at the running backs and when you look at Nick Foles, he understands and sees exactly where he's going with the football. Alshon is basically wide open in the middle of the football field. But when you look at the offensive linemen, they're down the football field. Granted, there was not a penalty call in this play, but you better believe Matt Patricia, Bill Belichick, they will emphasize to the referees, please monitor the offensive lineman on RPO plays going down the football field. But like I said, Nick Foles, he was able to execute. He took the favorable matchup in the passing game. He was able to hit Alshon Jeffrey, and this was a big-time staple for this offense against the Minnesota Vikings. And clearly, the Minnesota Vikings, they were not prepared to handle this RPO because most NFL offenses, they do not lean on RPOs a lot. And based on the success that we've seen in the playoffs against the Atlanta Falcons and against the Minnesota Vikings, you better believe Nick Foles, Doug Peterson will have a game plan in place where RPOs will potentially be the staple in what their offense would like to do in the Super Bowl. So Bill Belichick, Matt Patricia, they will have a game plan in place. Which coordinator, which head coach will out-scheme the other? We have to wait and see.